Welcome to all of you. In this lecture, we are going to make a continuation with respect to previous lecture regarding the circular convolution. So in the previous lecture, we had gone through the time domain calculation methods of the circular convolution, and we had also solved one problem by making use of the formula directly. Now we are going to have the continuation in the time domain, and we will solve the same problem by making use of the matrix method as well as the concentric circle method. So let us go through the problem statement. The two sequences x of n and h of n are given by x of n is equal to 2 1 2 1, h of n is equal to 1 2 3 4. Find output sequence y of n which is equal to circular convolution of above two sequences. So identify this origin 2 in this case and the very first position 1 in this case are the origins. Getting into the solution. So these steps will remain common in all the calculations of circular convolution. The given sequences x of n is equal to 2 1 2 1, h of n is equal to 1 2 3 4. Identify the length of each of the sequences. Length of x of n is 4. Length of h of n is also equal to 4. So length of the output sequence n is given by maximum of length of x of n comma h of n. Length of x of n is equal to 4. Length of h of n is equal to 4 taken over here. Maximum of these two, they are common values. Therefore 4 is the length of the sequence n we are going to have. Starting with the matrix solution. In the matrix solution, this procedure you keep it as a constant. So first we must have the formula representation, then the matrix representation, then the substitution of that matrix, and then the simplification we are going to have. So you need to follow these steps. So general formula of the circular convolution has been written. Then after, for n is equal to 4, the matrix relation has been written over here. Then we know the values of h of 0 to h of 3, that is being given. X of 0 to x of 3 is also being given. So we have just substituted those values. We have performed the matrix multiplication, simplified, and we have got these values. So y of m will be equal to 14 16 14 16. So you just go through the number of steps that we have followed with respect to the matrix method. So in just 3 steps we have got the result. Whereas if we make use of the formula, expand this formula directly, then we are going to have too many steps for the calculation. That means making use of the matrix method will give us the first calculation when our time preservation when compared to the direct formula expansion. Therefore, if exact procedure is not asked with respect to the time domain, always I insist you to go for matrix method of calculation. So let us take the same problem and let us make solution of it by making use of the concentric circle method. See the same problem. I'm not going to read out the statement once again. This starting steps, that will be once again the same. I'm not going to say this once again. So let us directly make a move towards the concentric circle representation. Okay, so here also the procedure. Write down the formula first, then start calculating with respect to y of 0, y of 1, y of 2 and y of 3. Okay, so with respect to y of 0 we are going to have, once again you need to identify the inner circle x, anti-clockwise sequential representation, the outer circle with respect to h, clockwise sequential representation. So very first circle you need to identify properly, then remaining will be simplified representations we are going to have. From this we are going to calculate y of 0. Therefore y of 0 is nothing but multiplication of these two. So we know the values of x of 0 1 2 3. You can also observe from this one. So x of 0 written over here 2, x of 1 written here as 1, x of 2 2, x of 3 is 1. Similarly, h of 0 is equal to 1, h of 1 is equal to 2, h of 2 is equal to 3, h of 3 is equal to 4 we are going to have. So simply we are going to multiply 2 into 1 plus 1 into 4 plus 2 into 3 plus 1 into 2 we are going to take. So that is what is being written over here, and its value will be equal to 14. So y of 0 is calculated. This is also quite simple calculation we are going to have. Now continuation, we are going to have calculation for y of 1. So in case of y of 1, this inner circle, no changes with respect to the outer circle. H has taken one shift with respect to clockwise manner, anti-clockwise manner when compared to the y of 0. So we are having the values written over here. So h of 0, 1, 2, 3 respective values written over here. Just with respect to their positions, make the multiplication. 2 into 2 plus 1 into 1 plus 2 into 4 plus 1 into 3 we are going to make. The same is written over here also. Its value is equal to 16 we are going to have. Continuation, y of 2, h is shifted in an anti-clockwise manner by one position. Corresponding values we have taken over here. So now we are going to have y of 2 calculation. So you can just observe whenever I am saying the values over there. So 2 into 3 plus 1 into 2 plus 2 into 1 plus 1 into 4 we are going to make. So answer is 14. Y of 3 calculation, again h is shifted one step in anti-clockwise manner with respect to its previous. So calculation, 2 into 4 plus 1 into 3 plus 2 into 2 plus 1 into 1 we are going to have. Answer is the 16. So 4 values are calculated. Now the y value is equal to 14, 16, 14, 16 we are going to have. So at the end you must represent this one in a row representation. Now let us get into the frequency domain approach for the calculation of the circular convolution. So in the frequency domain we are going to have only one method of calculation, that is make use of the DFT and the IDFT to calculate the circular convolution. So we are going to take the same question once again with the same data, same problem statement. Now let us directly get into the solution of it. So before getting into the actual solution, you must remember the steps for the solution. So these are the 5 steps we are going to have with respect to the calculation. So in the frequency domain, in the sense, there must be a presence of DFT and IDFT. Then only we can say it is a frequency domain solution. But the input will be always given in terms of time domain. Right? X of n and h of n are in the time domain. We need to convert that into the frequency domain. Then only it will be known to be a frequency domain solution. Right? So let us go through the calculation steps. Calculate the output sequence length, capital letter N. Then apply n point DFT to x of n to obtain x of k. Apply n point DFT to h of n to obtain h of k. Then multiply x of k and h of k to obtain y of k. That is, y of k is equal to x of k into h of k, a dot product we are going to calculate. Then apply n point IDFT to y of k to obtain y of n. That means the input and output are in the time domain itself, but the intermediary calculation is going to happen in the frequency domain. Okay, finally, y of n is the circularly convolved sequence of x of n and h of n. Right? Okay, so you need to note this particular statement. Convolution in time domain is equal to multiplication in frequency domain. So that means convolution what we did directly over there in the time domain, so that is equal to multiplication in frequency domain. That's why here we are going to have this multiplication operation between x and the h representation. Let us get into the detailed calculation step by step. Given data, note down x of n is 2121, h of n is 1234. Length of x of n is 4, length of h of n is 4. Now with respect to the steps mentioned in the previous slide, I am going to take one after the other. Calculate the output sequence length n. Output sequence length n is equal to maximum of length of x of n comma length of h of n, that is n is equal to maximum of 4 comma 4, that is equal to 4. So length of the output sequence will be equal to 4 we are going to have. So this particular procedure, as I told you before, it is common in both time domain as well as in the frequency domain calculation. Getting into the second step. So we are having the sequence x of n, apply n point DFT for that and obtain x of k. N point DFT in the sense, what is the value of capital letter N we have got? We have got it as 4. So 4 point DFT we need to apply for this case to get x of k. So 4 values are there, 4 point DFT we are going to apply for this one. So in order to apply the 4 point DFT, we are going to have the matrix relation of the DFT. So make use of the matrix relation of the DFT. Matrix realization is represented for 4. Then we are going to have substitution of that, then calculation. We are going to have the value of x of k as 6020. So it is good to mention the DFT formula once before we start calculating the DFT matrix relation. Getting into the next step, step 3, apply n point DFT to h of n and obtain h of k. So h of n is also given, 4 point sequence it is having, and n point in the sense n is equal to 4. So 4 point DFT we need to calculate once again with respect to the sequence h we are going to have. So again the matrix relation of the DFT is represented, substituted, simplified and calculated, and here we are going to have those values. H of k is equal to 10 minus 2 plus 2j minus 2 minus 2 minus 2j we are going to have. Getting into the next step, multiply x of k and h of k to obtain y of k, that is y of k is equal to x of k into h of k. The dot product we are going to have. So x of k is known, h of k is known. Make a substitution of that one. Right, this is x of k, this is h of k. Position wise multiplication we are going to make, that is 6 into 10, 60. 0 into this complex representation is 0. 2 into minus 2 minus 4, 0 multiplied with this complex representation 0 we are going to have. So we got y of k. Right, one more step, apply n point IDFT to y of k to obtain y of n. So IDFT matrix relation for n is equal to 4 we are having, that has been applied. So IDFT substitution has been done and then it has been obtained the IDFT values. So y of k after applying IDFT we are going to get y of n. Therefore the final answer is 14, 16, 14, 16. So this is once again in the time domain, and in the intermediary we are going to make use of the frequency domain, that is DFT and the IDFT relations in order to calculate. So this is for the frequency domain solution we are going to have. See, if the sequence length is being given as 4, then it is quite easy for us to make use of the matrix relation of the DFT and the IDFT and calculate it very straightforward manner. But if the sequence length is other than 4, for example sequence length is 3 or sequence length is 5, so it is quite it is not good to make use of the matrix relation, since we are going to get the complex values for the twiddle factor representation. That will not be as simple as it is being shown here. So it is good to make use of a little bit one more method that that is present still in the frequency domain, that makes use of the DFT ADFT to make the solution of it. So let us go through that one particular the another method which also makes use of the DFT IDFT, but in a slightly different manner. See, the same question we are going to have. In the first step we are going to have again the same type of representation, that means calculation of the output sequence length common to all the time domain and the frequency domain procedures. We have done that one. So we have got n is equal to 4. Now let us get into the solution. This method is called actually the Stockholm's method. Here we are going to make use of the DFT expressions directly. So DFT formula we are going to have, so x of k is equal to n is equal to 0 to n minus 1, x of n omega n nk for all the values of k from 0 to n minus 1. So now we are going to have sequence length as 4. So we are going to have the formula x of k is equal to summation n is equal to 0 to 3 x of n omega 4 nk we are going to have. Expand this summation. So I'm not going to make any substitution for k. Remember, I'm not going to make any substitutions for k. K, I'm not modifying itself. I'm going to keep it as it is. So k as it is, no changes, k as k itself. Expand this summation. We are going to get this realization, and then twiddle factor all has been written. So now I'm going to get x of 0 omega 4 power 0, x of 1 omega 4 power k, x of 2 omega 4 power 2k, x of 3 omega 4 power 3k. I know the values of x of 0, x of 1, x of 2 and x of 3. That is the given data. I'm going to make the substitution. So first is 2 into omega 4 power 0. Omega 4 power 0 is equal to 1. Therefore into 1 is not being represented over here. Simply taken as 2. Then x of 1 is 1. So x of 1 is 1. So 1 into omega 4 power k, simply written as omega 4 power k. Then x of 2 is 2. 2 omega 4 power 2k. X of 3 is again 1. So 1 is not taken. Omega 4 power 3k directly written. Consider this as equation 1. Similarly, we are going to make an expansion with respect to h. So that will become h of k, because we are working with respect to sequence h. So notational variation will be there. So with respect to h, we are working in the sense its corresponding output sequence will be h of k only. So h of k will be equal to summation n is equal to 0 to 3 h of n omega 4 nk. Expand this sequence, and then we are going to get this one. So h values we know. So h of 0 is equal to 1, substituted. H of 1 is equal to 2. So 2 omega 4 power k. H of 2 is 3. 3 omega 4 2k. H of 3 is 4. 4 omega 4 3k we are going to have. Call this as equation 2. Right. Now we have calculated x of k and h of k. Right. The next step is we need to obtain y of k. That is y of k is equal to h of k. Y of k is equal to x of k into h of k. So y of k is equal to, this is x of k multiplied with this is h of k. Now perform the multiplication. Now this 2 into 1, this 2 into 2 omega 4 k, then 2 into 3 omega 4 2k, then this 2 into 4 omega 4 3k we are going to have. Multiplication procedure. So we are going to get 2 plus 2 into 2 omega 4 k is 4 omega 4 k. Continuation 6 omega 4 2k, 8 omega 4 3k we are going to have. Continuation, this omega 4 is multiplied with each of these values. Right. So we are going to get color combination, you can observe. So blue color and the blue color. So that means this is multiplied with these 4 values. We have got these 4 representations. Continuation, this one is multiplied with these 4 values. We have got again this 4. Then this green color omega 4 3k multiplied with all these 4. We have got this representation. Right. So while multiplication, again you can just remember that the coefficients will be multiplied directly and it will be kept as it is, whereas power of the twiddle factor will be added. For example, if I take this particular value, see, coefficient of twiddle factor is 1, coefficient of this twiddle factor is 2. So 2 into 1, 2 kept as it is. Power of the twiddle factor omega 4 power k multiplied with omega 4 power k, the twiddle factor power will add up together. So 1, k coefficient is 1, k coefficient is 1. So that is 2 we have got. Similarly with respect to this one, so 3 into 1 coefficient 3 kept as it is. So omega 4 power k multiplied with omega 4 power 2k, the powers will get added up. So 3k we are going to have. Similarly, this complete representation has been done. See, there are certain observations that we need to make. See, length of the sequence, it has been taken as 4. And as we discussed in the DFT at the very beginning of the DSP subject itself, the power of the Twiddle factor must stay within the range of 0 to 3. For any value of n is equal to 4, if the length of the sequence n is equal to 4, then range of the power of the Twiddle factor must be in the range of 0 to 3. If it goes beyond 3, again these values keep repeating. That means if the Twiddle factor power is equal to 4, then again that will be equal to Twiddle factor power is equal to 0. So that sequence will keep repeating. So here we can observe there are certain Twiddle factor powers which are beyond the range of 3. So for example, omega 4 power 4, this 4 is beyond the range. Then again 4 we are going to have, 5 we are going to have, then again 5 and 6 we are going to have. So these particular cases, they are beyond the range of the actual length. So we must bring it back into the range of 0 to 3. So that has been provided here. So omega 4 power 4k mapped with omega 4 power 0 into k, that will be equal to 1. Omega 4 power 5k mapped with omega 4 power k, then omega 4 power 6k will map with omega 4 power 2k. That means wherever omega 4 power 6k is here, is present in this particular expression, that will be replaced by omega 4 power 2k. In this expression, so omega 4 power 5k will be replaced by omega 4 power k. Omega 4 to the power of 4k will be replaced by 1. Right? By making all such replacements in this equation, we are going to get this representation. Right? So in this representation, which are all the Twiddle factors having common powers, add the corresponding coefficients. For example, see this 2 common 2 here, and then 4 here, and then 6 present over here, then 2 is present here. So these are having common Twiddle factors. So that is Twiddle factor is omega 4 power 0. Right? So add all these together. So we are going to get 14. Similarly, identify omega 4 power k. So common power of the Twiddle factor, that means k, this is the Twiddle factor 1 into k. So omega 4 power k, where all omega 4 power k is present, identify all of them. So here it is 1. You can just identify them with respect to the color combination over here. So this is 1, then this is 1 more, and then here is 1 more, and here is 1 more. Add the corresponding coefficient values, in the sense 4 plus 1 plus 8 plus 3 you make. So 16 omega 4 power k we are going to have. Similarly, do it for omega 4 power 2k, omega 4 power 3k. So you can just identify them with respect to the color combinations given over here. Common colors are having common powers of the Twiddle factor. So we are going to get here 14 omega 4 2k and 16 omega 4 3k. Right? So we can have directly apply with respect to the IDFT. Applying IDFT, we get y of n is equal to 14 plus 16 delta of n minus 1 plus 14 delta of n minus 2 plus 16 delta of n minus 3. Therefore, our final sequence is going to be y of n is equal to 14 16 14 16 with 14 as the origin. Right? So again, I am trying to remind you, with respect to frequency domain calculation, if the length n is equal to 4, matrix method of the DFT is very much suitable. First calculation. Anything other than n is equal to 4, this method is very much suitable.